From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, I'm Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Thursday, August 24th. Today is going to be Indiana's hottest day of the year. It's going to feel horrendous outside, especially when factoring in the high humidity levels. Highs are going to soar into the upper 90s. Heat index values are going to make it feel like 105 to 115 degrees outside. You must be extremely careful in this weather. There is a very low chance for strong to severe storms, according to our Storm Track 8 weather team. They're saying mainly in the northern Indiana, and it's going to be really spotty. Wind and hail will be the main threats, but again, very spotty and a low chance for that. So let's talk more about the heat. We are going to get some relief this weekend. Until then, it's going to be hot. Go to wishtv.com, go to the As Seen on Wish TV section. You can find more information as far as all of the cooling centers that are open across the city and state today. Also today, Gainbridge Fieldhouse cuts the ribbon on a brand new public space dedicated to the first 200 years of Indianapolis. It features a basketball court, winter skating rink, public art, and spaces for community events later this year. Bicentennial Unity Plaza is an aspiring public space. It marks a momentous milestone in the history of Indianapolis. It does open to the public today in the heart of downtown Indianapolis. The ribbon cutting is at 10 o'clock this morning from 10 to 11. It'll be followed by an Indiana Fever pregame party from 5 to 7 tonight. And the plans and policies of most of the Republican presidential hopefuls are in clear view this morning after an appearance on a national stage. 8 candidates debated last night, touching on abortion rights, the war in Ukraine, and whether they would support former President Donald Trump. Gloria Pazmino recaps the Milwaukee debate.
The race for the White House takes flight.
8 candidates vying for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination taking the stage for the first time.
They are here to lay out their vision for America.
The event was hosted by Fox News in Milwaukee. Heading into Wednesday's debate, the latest poll shows former President Donald Trump with a commanding lead. But on stage, Trump was a no-show. Instead, he sat down for a 45-minute interview with former Fox News host Tucker Carlson, which was released on X, formerly known as Twitter.
I'm going to have all these people screaming at me, shouting questions at me, all of which I love answering, I love doing, but it doesn't make sense to do them. So I've taken a pass.
Despite Trump's absence, candidates made the case for why they should be the Republican nominee. Others took swipes at the former president.
Donald Trump added $8 trillion to our debt, and our kids are never going to forgive us for this.
Those with the most experience highlighted their records.
We cut taxes in New Jersey. We cut debt in New Jersey.
I led Indiana where we balanced budgets and had a AAA bond rating.
We sold the biggest election landslide victory in the history of the Republican Party in the state of Florida in 2022. That's what I did.
While political newcomers tried to break away from the pack.
I'm the only person on the stage who isn't bought and paid for.
The candidates will face off in another debate again next month in California. In Milwaukee, I'm Gloria Pasmino reporting.
And today, Trump says he will turn himself in to the Fulton County Jail in Georgia to face the election indictment. Trump joins several of the 18 other defendants who've already surrendered, including most recently Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and Jenna Ellis. If Trump is treated the same way as his co-defendants, Trump will be fingerprinted and will submit a mugshot. As of now, Trump is not scheduled to go to court today. Indiana state Republicans want to get rid of Indiana's income tax. The push comes as a legislative tax panel begins meetings that could result in new taxation recommendations for 2025. Panel chair, Republican Senator Travis Holdman, says it's been some 20 years since there's been a holistic view of Indiana's tax code. Republicans have long wanted to join the short list of states without income taxes. Democrats on the panel say it's too risky.
Because everybody else will move ahead of us if we're not careful. To stand still and to accept the status quo is not acceptable to me, and I don't believe to Chairman Thompson as well. And we need to keep pushing forward.
We are lucky we have 3 legs in our stool, okay? We got property tax for the locals. We got sales and income tax for the state. That 3-legged stool is working. You don't knock one of those legs off or saw it off. So no, that idea isn't nobody's going to come here.
While Republicans admit it may not be feasible, Holdman says nothing is off the table. The panel will meet monthly through November. Public testimony on the proposal starts in October. No decisions will be made until at least April of next year. The Hamilton East Public Library Board is set to discuss what led to the reshelving of John Green's The Fault in Our Stars to the adult section. The library initially said it moved the book from the teen section because it violated its collection development policy. The now ousted president of the library board later said it was an error. Laura Allerding will not be part of tonight's review process. The Noblesville School Board has voted to replace her as its representative to the library board. Tonight's meeting is scheduled for 6:15 at the Noblesville Library. And people in Carmel are sharing memories of a lacrosse coach killed in a crash. Friends and family held a vigil last night at the Murray Stadium at Carmel High School, where Jack Meacham coached. Police say a driver crossed the center line, hitting Meacham's car on State Road 38 in Sheridan. That driver also died. Carmel Clay School says Meacham's impact reached far beyond the field.
The comments from players, former players, current players, coaches. Jack was instrumental in a lot of people's lives. Young players in the Carmel program. It was great to hear. It was great to hear the boys talk and reflect on such wonderful things about their coach.
Meacham leaves behind a wife and family. No word yet on funeral details. And today, it is game day for the Indianapolis Colts. They play the Eagles in Philadelphia, the last game of the preseason. It is the players' final chance to face off against another team before the regular season begins September 10th. The team says it's embracing the challenge of playing the defending NFC champions. Rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson says he knows facing such a talented team will help as the season goes on.
For me, it lets me know the things I have to correct myself, and it lets us know as a team what we have to correct as a whole. That's a great team over there. They have a great coaching staff, great players over there. So it just lets us know what our levels match up against theirs and what we got to do.
Tonight's game kicks off at 8 o'clock. And leaders in Zionsville say they're looking forward to the economic impact a new project for IndyCar driver Graham Rahal will bring to the town. He took part in a groundbreaking ceremony for his new GR Brands headquarters yesterday. The new complex will sit across the street from Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing on Creek Way. It will house offices, a car storage facility, a restaurant, and more. The project's expected to bring around 100 jobs to town. Leaders say the plan is to have the project completed by early 2025. And leaders of Indiana Task Force 1 say the team members are working long days in the heat, but that their physical and mental health is great as they try to help the people of Hawaii recover from the devastating Lahaina wildfire. Our Drew Blair spoke to IFD Battalion Chief Jay Settergren about support from back home.
We see all the well wishes, they pour into our office back there. It helps us do the work we do here with that emotional support and knowing that we have people back there that are cheering for us to be able to complete this work and to help these folks. I know a lot of those Hoosiers would like to be here helping. And, we're fortunate enough to be able to do that.
The current count of known deaths from the fire stands at 115, with more than 1,000 not yet accounted for. Authorities say searchers have covered more than 90% of the fire area. In Switzerland County, the state's largest four-day wine festival begins tonight in Vivi. It's the 51st annual Swiss Wine Festival. Organizers say the event will feature over 100 varieties of the state's wines. It'll also have activities like a cornhole tournament, music, a 5K run walk, and a parade. Admission is free tonight and Sunday. It's $10 for adults and $6 for children 6 to 12, Friday and Saturday. Kids under 5 are free all weekend. The event begins at 5 tonight. And a business headline, Starbucks' signature fall drink returns to menus today. The pumpkin spice latte always gives Starbucks sales a boost this time of year. The company has some other seasonal beverages as well. Bacon is about to get even more expensive as wholesale pork belly prices approach record highs. Analysts who spoke to CNBC attributed the surge in pork prices partly to a recently imposed animal welfare regulation in California, which came into effect July 1st. That law requires pigs be kept in pens that are larger. Shares of Peloton plummeted 20% after another dismal earnings report. A recall's price tag substantially exceeded Peloton's expectations, costing the company $40 million and about 20,000 members who paused their monthly subscriptions because they were waiting for a replacement bike seat. NVIDIA is riding the artificial intelligence wave that's fueling red-hot demand for its technology. NVIDIA makes chips that are used in ChatGPT and Google's Bard, as well as other AI applications. Profits were more than 9 times what the company made last year. The shares already have more than tripled so far this year. Americans are bracing for the sickest day of the year as more call off work ill on August 24th more than any other time of the year, including the day after Super Bowl Sunday. Flamingo Leave Tracker, a data firm that measures these things, says stomach bugs were deemed the most common reason for sick leave among U.S. workers and accounted for 54% of sick leave. This has been your News 8 Daily 8. For Wish TV, I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.